Today I wanted to do a quick tutorial for you on the Brenizer method. You can see here I have photos from an engagement session that we did a couple of weeks ago with Jill and Mike. Their wedding is coming up this summer and we can't wait to work with them again. So for the Brenizer method, to start, you have to know that you want to do one at the session because it requires you to take a ton of photos. So you can see here we're starting with this frame. I had the couple stand together and I zoomed in tight on them, and then I moved the camera around and took dozens of photos. Oh, let's get it going. Here you can go. You can see I took dozens of photos while they were just standing there. I made sure to cover the entire area around them really well. Oh, I should also note that if you're going to take photos in this fashion, what I usually do is I focused first on the couple, and then I set my focus to manual so that it doesn't automatically refocus every time I change the frame. So after I've got my dozens of photos, in this case we have 50, which isn't as many as I would usually get, and you'll see actually at the end of this that the product isn't quite what I would usually like because I didn't get enough photos, but this is what I have to show you, so this is what we're going to use. So once you get them into your computer, I edit the first one. It's already been done in this case. And then I come out to develop settings. I copied the settings. An important thing to note is that if you do any cropping or adjusting, straightening of the photo, when you copy them, you have to make sure your crop is toggled on. Then you copy. I canceled because I've already done this, but in your case you will copy, and then you select all of the photos in this sequence. You right click, develop, and paste. So then all of the photos in this sequence will be edited identically. It's also important that when you do this, that your there's no zero vignetting, and you should bring up your lens correction here in Lightroom and click remove chromatic aberration. Then once you've done all that, you want to click on your first photo in the sequence, shift click the last photo in the sequence so they're all selected. Then you right click, edit in, and you merge to panorama in Photoshop. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Now this does take a while. I've also noticed in the past I relatively recently switched to Creative Cloud for my Lightroom and Photoshop. Before that I had purchased separate copies of Lightroom and Photoshop, and the older version of Photoshop that I had didn't work for the Brenizer method. So if you're using an older copy, it might not work for you. Alright, so now it popped up Photoshop for me. It's showing me all of the files that I've selected. I just go into auto for my layout. You want blend images together toggled, and then you hit OK. Alright, so here you can see we have an almost completed image. It's taken all of the 50 or 49 frames that we used and pieced them together perfectly so that even zooming in you can't see any lines. Now all that's needed is to crop and fill in any missing places. Ideally, I would have liked them to have been centered and had a lot more going on over on this side, but as you can see, I clearly got ahead of myself while I was shooting and didn't go over far enough, but you get the idea. After this, I would just merge them together. I would then crop it in as well as I could. And then when necessary, it's not hard to fill in any spaces. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Fill. By now your computer might be running a little slow. You have to figure that if you're taking at least 50 photos that are each probably around a few megabytes in size and putting them together into one composite, the file's probably going to be exceeding a few hundred megabytes. There we go. Then I just make sure that I go around the edges, see where I've missed it, fix it up. There we go. There you go. Now it's not perfect, but you get the general idea. The advantage of the Brenizer method is that it allows you to use a really long focal length, which gets you amazing compression, but also allows you to get a wider angle of shot. Now, like I said, in a perfect world, I would have gotten a lot more to cover this side of the frame, but I think you get the idea.